I often think of that quote from Audre Lorde: "We cannot use the master's tools to dismantle the master's house. They may allow us to temporarily beat him at his own game, but they'll never bring about genuine change."
At the National Equity Project, our mission is to develop leaders who transform the experiences, outcomes, and life trajectories for children and families who've been historically underserved. At our founding, we were a part of a national coalition of essential schools led by an educator and an author, Ted Sizer, who held a deep critique of kind of factory model schooling, right? Shoving kids into this very narrow definition of success and operating with the idea that we were, as educators, the people who were like just filling their heads with knowledge and just moving them along this conveyor belt. We were supporting people to bring to life a set of 10 common principles that actually acted counter to what traditional schooling looked like. Principles like learning to use your mind well, a demonstration of mastery, right? Real children doing real work that actually mattered to them and to their communities.
The current system is not designed to know young people well, and it's not designed for educators to know young people well. Young people are disengaged and are not connected in meaningful ways, and we see educators not feeling equipped or supported to meet the needs of young people.
Over the last 30 years, we leaned in even more to actually ensuring that schools could be designed in ways that actually created the kind of personalized, learner-centered institutions that young people deserve.
What we want to do is support people to come together and co-create a new way of doing school. One that really recognizes and supports everyone's humanity, and one in which adults feel connected and supported.
We believe deeply that people have to be able to see and understand the ways that inequitable outcomes play out. So we have taken all of our experiences and evolved a framework, and that is the Leading for Equity framework.
The Leading for Equity framework is a way of saying people who want to lead toward justice, toward equity, toward liberation need to see themselves and their system differently, engage in very different ways with other people in community, and work with others to take multiple types of actions to be able to find a path forward.
We're very much in systems where we are expected to have the answer, are expected to present in certain ways, and where we're not always centering learning, where we're really kind of centering performance.
Leadership dimensions can look different depending on any given context. So it's not something that you can often just see visibly. You have to actually be embedded in a space to understand how it's actually manifesting. What we're really trying to do is looking at adult experiences as well as student experiences and also other stakeholders in the space, such as families and caregivers, so that we have a fuller picture and just more depth and nuance to what's actually being experienced.
In the system that I'm a part of, the K-12 system of schooling, equity is often described in very simplistic ways, and it leads a lot of individuals to frustration. With the National Equity Project, the languaging that they gave to us to think about equity challenges enabled me to deepen not just my understanding of inequities that exist, but to be able to think through how we as our team might be able to make traction with equity.
I think there's times that we're operating in the urgency and quick fix, but I think this is really a time to how do we slow down and do some intentional work.
It's nerve-wracking for the person implementing it because we don't know if it's going to work, but also sometimes I don't think organizations are ready for change. So to do small actions has a lot of times more impact, I think, because then we can get to a greater plan later.
I used to think equity leadership was really about getting everyone on the same page about a cause, but now I think equity leadership is really about holding space for folks no matter where they are in their equity journey, really creating opportunities for them to create change. We've used the NEP heuristics around see, engage, and act to really come together to understand what we're trying to do before we decide what are these design changes we want to make.
Because we're 4 schools in one building, our school is a hallway. And so what I keep telling staff and students is that we want to shift the way that everyone experiences life down our hallway. How can we make a cultural shift in our hallway that impacts adults and students and community members to improve the student experience, to make people want to come to our school, and to make staff enjoy being at our school?
There are 50 million school-age children in this country. When we talk about actually supporting our school systems so that young people actually had what they need to learn, develop, and thrive, there is some profound opportunity for us to actually rethink, reimagine, and redesign this thing so that it actually works for every child and family. I think in 10 years, I would want the National Equity Project to be really powerfully contributing to a full reimagining of public education. Our work right now is really organized to provide leaders with the skills and dispositions and knowledge, right, to see and engage in their own communities and contexts and take action with their communities.
Often leaders have been socialized to come with the answers, to come with solutions quickly. We need leaders who model a willingness to not know and to be willing to learn and be open to trying lots and lots of solutions and always making adjustments based on what we learn and what we hear from young people. We all have the capacity to contribute to the world that we want to create.